Good morning. It is November 13th, 2021. I just had some turkeys go across the yard, which is pretty normal, but dogs got riled up pretty good. We're still having pretty warm weather. Lowest we've gotten to is about, I think, mid-20s Fahrenheit. I actually put my cart ready. I've been, for the peppers, I've been using clothespins and just writing in Sharpie, all the different types. So the bins or the boxes, whatever I'm doing, some of the hot peppers do end up looking like each other. They're easy to tell. But what a difference it makes in here. It says it's about 55 degrees up at 7 feet high. It's pretty warm in here. And all these pots will get harvested today. We've got golden ties, regular ties, Burmese bird, super chilies, habaneros, peach scotch bonnets, Tabascos, peri-peris, ghost peppers, 7-pot primo, 7-pot Jonas, 7-pot lava, primatalis, fatalis, reapers, death spirals, and I'm sure I'm missing something. Yeah, we got a lot left in here. We've already gone and harvested the serranos and jalapenos, and actually this is a cayenne. This is our last cayenne I have, and it looks like I've got some that are ripening. Those are one of our favorites. And then I've also got the Cherokee Carbon tomato here, and a big beef that we've got a couple ripening. One way up here. So those will be good. And then the grape tomatoes all the way in the back here. I've made pretty good progress. I just have one more pepper to pull from this bed. I've got the 2 tomatoes and some alyssum and marigold still going here. Those will be kept in there. This is the last ghost. It looks like this one got quite a bit more frost damage than the others, but I will be pulling that. I did empty out the vermicompost. This was blocked quite a bit by the 7-pot primo and reaper that were right here, so I actually couldn't get to it very well for about half the season. Thankfully, didn't find any dead worms or anything. Looks like the worms exited out through the holes, which is the purpose of that. But I did end up with a lot of the roots from the pepper plants. You can see here a ton of roots in the whole bottom of it. So all my nice soil actually got used by these plants, which is fine. I was excited for the worm castings. But from the compost standpoint, there's a couple squash seeds left and a little bit of eggshell, but nothing really recognizable there. It does seem like it's still rich soil, but it definitely has a lot more roots than it was supposed to. But I think that's part of me planting a little bit close to them with some rather large pepper plants. Some of them were over 5 feet tall. So next year we'll definitely move this to an edge of the bed so that we can access it throughout the year, and we'll see if I end up emptying it throughout the year, or if I just do the same type of thing and just let the roots kind of grow into it if it ends up blocking it up. So yeah, good first year for it though. Got a lot more harvested. I got the Tabascos, Sugar Rush peach. Oh, sorry, no, peach scotch bonnets. The Sugar Rush peach are over here. I got most of the ties and the ghosts harvested. So making a little more progress. Still have a lot to do in the greenhouse. This is a orange habanero that I just took out. I'm not pulling out all the roots, but some of these are pretty thick. More like trees at this point. My cart just keeps getting fuller. So Jay's cleaning up leaves. a little loud, so. Here are all the peppers that I harvested so far today. Got quite a bit in here. These are all the plants that I pulled out. And so I still have the peri-peri. I left the cayenne, the green cayennes. Let's see if I can get some more red ones out of that. Got rid of all the pots that were hanging out on this side. And then I've got the ties, the peri-peris, just because they were such a pain to pick. I picked the grape tomatoes, still having some come ripe, which is great. And in this bed, there's just some alyssum and marigolds, and then the 2 tomatoes. And then over here I have got some more pots of ties and I think super chilies and guajillos and even poblano left here. So did pretty good. Now I gotta hose down the walkways here, do some cleanup, and probably maybe next weekend I'll actually wash the greenhouse for the winter. We'll go from there, but not too bad. I still need to transplant some of this lettuce up to this top bed. I don't know if this is what type of bee this one is, but he's been hanging out in here all day on the alyssum. And I need to get these ties that are there. I'm gonna pull the lettuce that bolted, and then I have some spinach out in some of the tall beds, as well as lettuce that I'm gonna pull in to this bed here. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to figure out a way to do a double hoop just on this. I think it's about 2 foot by 5 feet. And we have extra plastic, so I've got a couple different ideas of ways we could do that. So it'll be a double hoop inside the hoop house itself. And also, though this tomato has a bad spot on it here, it is almost ready to pick, so I'll probably pick that tomorrow. The heirlooms still have a little ways to go. And I also need to get out and fertilize the garlic beds and put the straw down before it rains again. So I might switch gears and finish this project up, or part of this project phase, I guess, up for tomorrow. But made decent progress. Can't believe it's mid-November and this is still going strong. And in the 10-day forecast, I think our lowest is 28, which with this little electric heater can actually keep this going. The biggest problem we have right now is daylight, and we could add some of the grow lights in here, but Jay and I were talking, it just doesn't seem worth it. We have more than enough peppers to keep us going. This isn't, I don't think this is our biggest harvest actually of peppers this year. We had a bigger harvest that was all ripe, that's already in the freezer, or we already dehydrated it or made hot sauces with it. So we'll be all set for a while. All right, I washed down the center walkway and watered in the beds, moved a bunch of the lettuce from this bed and spinach and lettuce from the bed out there that had the hoops. And I kind of pushed the alyssum over and then watered in. And I also found a couple of the onions that I had missed out in the other garden. So I brought them in. These ones that have already gone pretty decent, they'll probably go to bolt really early in the spring, but I'll eat those first. These are the ones that I started from seed this fall, and I'm going to test and see if those will actually bulb up well. But having a few green onions there, and there's another one there. I think I even put one here. Those those will be great for salads and salad dressings and things like that. So it's definitely getting a little cleaner in here, slowly. Last year, the greenhouse was already shut up at this point. I think we harvested everything on either Halloween or November 1st, and we'd already had a foot of snow, so a little different. But that's all I'm gonna do in here for the night. I've got to set the electric heater back up, close up the door before the sun goes down much more, so that we can keep some of the heat in here for the night. All right, so final harvest of the peppers for today. There's a few peppers, as I showed you, that are still left in the greenhouse. I did fertilize the garlic. I didn't get the straw down though, but I have to go check on the puppies. Got ties. I've got peach scotch bonnets and the other peach. Oh, sugar rush peach. A couple cayennes, some 7-pot Jonahs, Primatalis here. We did have, oh, it looks like I missed one. We did have some bugs go through, so some of these I need to actually go through and clean up. These are the Death Spiral Carolina Reapers. My little grape tomatoes I picked also when I was in there. Ghosts. These are the Tabascos, which we're excited about. We haven't tried those yet. I think these are the either Burmese Bird or Super Chilies. I get them confused. Orange Habaneros with a bunch of green ones. A bunch of peach scotch bonnets here. Some 7-pot lava. And then the 7-pot primos. And some of these actually did get frost burned in the greenhouse. But some of them are pretty nice. So that's the harvest for today. And I'll probably finish harvesting the rest of those peppers next week or so. We'll keep an eye on the temperatures and the weather and see how those go. But got a good chunk done today.